Hello and welcome to my channel. Say hi to a happy day. In this channel, I would like to share tales and stories I personally picked and are my kids' favorite book stories. Let's enjoy listening while I read to you a story, Bath Time, for Lucifer. The morning sun shone through the windows of the Tremaine Manor. Cinderella stood in her stepsister Anastasia's room, listening to that day's list of chores. "Make sure our dresses are mended for the garden party," Anastasia was saying, and pressed, Cinderella's other stepsister Drizella added. The sound of footsteps behind her made Cinderella turn around. "I have a few little tasks for you as well," said her stepmother, Lady Tremaine. Washing, sewing, dusting, mopping, and the list seemed to go on forever. Cinderella looked down at the floor, trying to remember all that she had to do, and she noticed Lucifer the cat slinking around. "Oh yes," Lady Tremaine added, "do make sure that Lucifer gets a bath." With that, Cinderella's stepmother swept off down the floor. Lucifer had heard the word bath, and he didn't like the idea one bit. Once Cinderella took a step toward him, he sprang to his feet and ran out of Anastasia's bedroom as fast as his paws could carry him. Cinderella knew that cat Lucifer would have to go before Bath Lucifer on her long list of things to do that day. But Lucifer had no intention of being caught or bathed. He would need to hide. Looking around, he saw a big vase on the table. Lucifer tried to climb up, but the vase came tumbling down. Cinderella heard the sound of the vase thumping to the ground and Lucifer's unhappy meow. But she went to pick up the vase. Lucifer vanished again. "You okay, Cinderella?" came a small voice from under the table. Cinderella looked down to see two of her little mouse friends, Gus and Jack. "I have to give Lucifer a bath," Cinderella explained, "and I'm pretty certain he's trying to hide from me. But if I spend all day looking for him, I'll never get my other chores done." "We help," Jack said immediately, nudging Gus, who nodded. "We look for Lucifer." Gus and Jack went to Cinderella's room to tell the birds and mice that Cinderella needed all their help. Susie, Perla, and other mice would help with Cinderella's chores, at least the mouse-sized ones. The birds agreed to spread the word to the other animals to see if anyone had spotted Lucifer. Meanwhile, upstairs, Lucifer thought he had found the perfect hiding spot, a warm, sunny patch behind the curtains in the music room. But it wasn't long before he was disturbed by a terrible noise. Anastasia and Drizella's music lesson. Lucifer couldn't stand it, and he burst from behind the curtains and out of the music room. Fleeing downstairs, Lucifer found himself in the kitchen, but he could already hear voices in the hallway nearby. Thinking quickly, he jumped into a pail and curled up in a ball. Right after he had hidden, Gus and Jack entered the room to search for him. Lucifer tried his best to hold very still, but he couldn't resist the idea of the chasing mice. He sprang out of the pail, but his foot caught on the handle, knocking it over with a dreadful clatter. "We have to tell Cinderella we found him," Jack said. Hearing the mice call for Cinderella, ran into the kitchen, but Lucifer was already getting back to his feet. He fled out the door to barn and hid in the rafters of the stable. A very promising hiding place, he thought, swishing his tail happily. Unfortunately for him, his tail swished some hay off the rafter, straight onto the nose of Major the horse. Like the other animals, Major had heard that Lucifer was hiding from Cinderella. He whined and lurked. Lucifer darted between Major's hooves and ran straight for the forest. Not even looking where he was going, he kept running until he couldn't run anymore. When he looked up, Lucifer had no idea where he was. At first, that seemed like a good thing. He could stay lost until he was ready to go home, which he hoped would be long after Cinderella had given up on the idea of giving him a bath. Lucifer thought it seemed like a marvelous plan until thunder started to roll. The dark day was about to become a stormy afternoon. Cinderella was getting concerned as the rain began to fall. She tied a scarf over her hair and picked up a lantern. "Where are you going, Cinderella?" Gus asked. "To find Lucifer," Cinderella said. While Lucifer may not be the nicest cat, no one deserves to be out in this weather, and everyone deserves to have someone care about them. She pushed the kitchen door and headed out into the storm. Soon, Lucifer's paws were caked in mud and his fur dragged it into. Even a bath would be better than this. He was so busy feeling miserable that at first he didn't see the lantern shining through the trees or hear Cinderella's call. "Lucifer, oh Lucifer." Lucifer was ready to go home. He stepped out from under the bush, allowing Cinderella to pick him up. She was glad she'd found him in one piece. Cinderella made sure to thank everyone for helping her find Lucifer and for the help with her chores. In the bathroom, the tub was filled with water that was perfectly warm and wonderful, and the soap was scented with sweet flowers. Lucifer still hated it, but he'd learned that baths weren't the worst thing after all. Rain was much, much worse. The end. I hope you enjoyed listening to this story, Bath Time for Lucifer. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to listen to more of our favorite book stories. See you soon!